Hello everybody, welcome to the round of 16 game MyRevenge EU. Going to be facing off against Team Illusion. Bans already out and underway. It looks like Sylvana's going to be taken off the table quite quickly here by MyRevenge EU. Going back to this side, people kind of contemplating their bans before they lock them in. Team Illusion, one of the regulars here at the EGL, don't recognize any names on the side of MyRevenge EU. I'm curious how they'll end up doing. Ao Kuang, though, banned out by Team Illusion. Back to the side, I imagine at this point, Cirquette, Kali, maybe a Thor question mark. There's a couple still highly, must pick, must ban gods on the table. So we'll see exactly what they look to pick up, as apparently his neighbor's having trouble with his car yet again. And it's being very loud in the background. I apologize if that is getting picked up. Ban timer almost going to run down. They are going to lock in that Kali. They might be trying to sneak themselves through a Cirquette pick. I imagine Team Illusion is going to look to ban that out themselves, though. It's like hovering over that thing, ready to hit that lock-in ban button, because I expect that Kali, in all honesty, guys. Letting that through could potentially be a huge mistake for Team Illusion. But if they feel they could deal with it, maybe don't. Maybe no one on MyRevenge EU has really played her a whole lot. If they did their research beforehand, Team Illusion may not be too concerned about it, or they might be looking to pick it up themselves. Either way, it's actually Cirquette will make it through the picks and bans. It's going to end up being Nox, the final ban for banning Phase 1. MyRevenge EU now has to make some big decisions. Are Team Illusion looking to pick up Cirquette themselves? Are they looking to force you to bait out and pick up Cirquette yourself? Cirquette is currently getting hovered over. We'll see if they end up actually locking it in. Yes, they will. It's going to be Cirquette on the side of MyRevenge EU. This could either be the best mind game play ever by Team Illusion or the biggest mistakes they have made in recent EGL tournament play history. We'll see what MyRevenge EU can end up doing with that. Again, not familiar with any of these players. Not sure if any of them are familiar with playing Cirquette. Thor immediately getting locked in on the side of Team Illusion. Quick cover and quick lock in for Apollo as well. So that's going to be over in their dual lane as their AD carry, as well as Thor, one of the better junglers at this point in time. Just so much gank potential, so much map presence with that across the skies, with the Anvil of Dawn, excuse me. Apollo has good map presence as well, the across the skies, so it's not entirely an inaccurate statement. So MyRevenge EU now picking two for themselves, as it does rotate around, and we'll see what they go for. Only have their jungler locked in. We'll see what they go for. I want to say we actually saw a Cirquette support last week. I believe it was Tipla Fedora pulling that one out, and also their support Osiris, which their aggressive kill lane supports, working very, very well. Not going for any hover mind games. It's going to be an Agni and Geb pickup for MyRevenge EU just at the tail end of that timer. For Team Illusion, Casper going to be locking in the final pick of Phase 1 picks. We'll see what they go for. They could look to pick up a support of their own, but essentially, at this point, if they don't pick up support, more likely that MyRevenge EU is going to look to ban out, probably an Athena. They already have the support picked up, the AD carry picked up. It's going to be Osiris locked in. Probably going to be over in the solo lane, but could be a support pickup as well. We're going to have another wave of bans coming out right now. We'll see what they end up going for. I imagine Team Illusion might consider the Ram or the Bakasura. I'm assuming they did their research, going for the odd little combination right there. And apparently this is slightly backwards at the moment. They're not quite picking yet. The other ban will come out. The Athena ban will come out of MyRevenge EU, taking one of the supports off the table. So it's going to leave Team Illusion to look towards a quote-unquote B-list support, unless the Osiris that was currently picked up is going to be their support laner. We saw that last week. Tipla Fedora, I believe, bringing out the aggressive kill lane over in the dual lane, and it worked brilliantly. Team Illusion looks to do something similar. We could be in for a quite crazy game, guys. I said they do still need a mid laner for themselves. Anubis getting hovered over it. As much as I would love to see it, I don't particularly see this actually getting locked in. The Scylla switch out seems more realistic, and it will end up getting locked in by a much more reasonable pick. The Anubis can work occasionally, but it just requires your team to be just so spot on, zoning out for you, not just peeling off of you, but actually zoning people up properly. Standing still otherwise for 2 of your 4 abilities can be a death sentence against certain team compositions. Vimana getting hovered by MyRevenge EU as their solo laner. They still need an AD carry as well. The on her, they go for maybe something else. And we see a couple of Ools get picked up. I saw an Artemis get picked up last week against team composition. I got yelled at by chat for saying that the Artemis pick wasn't great, and the Artemis pick got kind of shut down by the very aggressive lineup on her. Wasn't actually locked in yet, but yes, you will get locked in. I need an undo lock-in button on this thing. It's my own program. You'd think I would add these things. I'm just going to leave this with a, Yeah, I was going to say, it would be a very weird team composition. Amir getting hovered over instead of the Shibalanke. They kind of next each other. Might have been a misclick, who knows. And Amir will be locked in for the Team Illusion support. Not quite a kill lane, but Amir nevertheless is quite, a more aggressive traditional support. Going to be looking for those frost breaths, those frost walls as well to set up kills for his team. Glacial Strike, Shards of Ice, and his Frostbite passive all combined result in him doing a lot of damage, even though he is not necessarily building damage outright. I'll be curious to see going forward how these teams actually fare against each other. They have to be so concerned, though, about Ozzy 1904's Serket in the jungle. I'm not sure how familiar that he is playing that particular god, but if it is in fact in his god pool in any way, shape, or form, that could end up being quite devastating for them. If you let a Serket get ahead, I mean, essentially your game is just over. All she has to do is get last breath off on somebody and that person to die, and she just devastates the health of your entire team potentially. So it provides a good amount of zoning, a good deal of words are hard, trying to formulate thoughts here. Just the simple fact that she can get right into a fight, drop her ultimate, and look to get straight on back out. Her mobility makes her just that much more deadly overall. That said, guys, the match is available. We're not going to be cutting to a break this time around, just getting the match in-game set up before we cut over to cut over to the match itself. And now that everything is all nice and set up and ready to go, guys, we're going to hop straight on into this as teams are just starting to leave this base. Running through these team lineups for you guys. MyRevenge EU, left side of your spectator UI. Wearing the blue trunks, defending Titan of Order. We do have Fire First as the support. Gab, I'm a Legend. GR playing the 80 carry on her. Cirques in the mid lane as Agni. Escondido as the soul lane Vimana. Ozzy 1904 in the jungle as Serket to round out the team lineup. On the right hand side of Spectator UI, wearing the red trunks, defending Titan of Chaos, it is Team Illusion. Zada as the support Emir. Kirko as the AD carry Apollo. Resu in the mid lane as Scylla. Kazpu as the solo lane Osiris. And finally Altivez in the jungle as Thor. So as these teams try and group out, Altivez is like jumping and dancing around the mid lane, looking for a jump party. Ozzy going forward to join up, clapping at the dance. Good little jig there by Thor. But as more people kind of like, maybe I don't quite want to be here. Gab off the side as well. Oh, Kirko with the BM saying, I don't want your jump shenanigans coming out. That's just wrong. Everyone's having a good old time early on, jumping, around, dancing, all this fun stuff, and you just shoot them in the face. That's just not nice. It's not nice at all. The BM. Minions haven't even spawned yet, and we're getting BM. This could be an interesting game. That said, the minions have finally spawned. Grouping is coming out for these right side camps. Okay, a little bit of early game shenanigans doesn't mean Amir's going to be a little late on getting back to the buff in the mid Harpies. He'll get there in time for golden experience, all said and done, so not going to miss out too much. But he's not going to have any damage on his mana buff, which does mean that Team Illusion is going to be a little bit later on getting. This is interesting. Fire First picking up the attack speed buff on his side. They're going for the mana buff as well, doing a double camp start, which, given the fact that Team Illusion is currently a little bit behind in clearing their blue buff, they're not going to be too far behind on getting to lane either. But we might actually going to get to lane about the exact same time, all said and done. Bit of an interesting, unusual start right here. I mean, it's not a bad start either. It's going to take a while for Serket to get over there, and she might be looking for the damage buff for herself. She doesn't need the mobility quite as bad, just because, or quite as much, just given the fact that she is, well, probably the damn most mobile god in the game. Kirko taking a lot of poke in that left lane as well. Looked like he might have gotten impaled straight on into that wall. And for the time being, though, we'll see what these gods look to do. Zada is already below half mana. He has to be careful about that. He has 2 mana pots in hand to help get that straight on back up. He actually has one ticking right now as well. Good disperse there by I'm a Legend to avoid the Glacial Strike. They have to be so careful. They're getting so close to them, though, in the midst of what could potentially be a Frost Breath coming out. Over in the right lane, Ozzy taking a lot of poke right now. Has to be so careful. Kazpu finds a nice Sickle Strike's Spearful combo. Could potentially force Ozzy back to base. But for the time being, he's going to start heading off in the jungle. Once that Bumba's Mass passive starts ticking off of jungle camps, his health will start shooting straight on back up. I'm curious if they're going to give the damage buff to Serket, though. or if they were just really concerned about the attack speed steal coming in at about the 2-minute mark. And given the fact that, you know, the attack speed buff is already taken out, they, Yanis had, you know, someone saying in chat, Cirquet most mobile, Yanis please. Yanis, yes, he can kind of shuttle himself across the map and through walls and all that fun stuff. Cirquet can get into a fight, do her burst combo, and get straight on back in the fight. That is mobility at its finest. It's not just traveling across the map. Yanis still is pretty slow, has to walk to the wall, walk through the portal, stuff like that. Yeah, transitions give him a speed boost. Yeah, going through portals gives him a speed boost, but initially get that little bit of a speed mobility boost traveling thing going, he has to get to a wall to do it, while Cirquet can just pop ambush, pop that Deathbane, and shoot bad. She's already gone. There's nothing you can do about it. Thor's waiting. Here comes the Anvil of Dawn. They're looking for the kill onto the backwards moonwalk. Anvil of Dawn right there coming down. Looking for Geb, looking for I'm a Legend. He's getting low. Tectonic Rift is down. Double tap, plus the teleport smack to the side of the head. Ultimus going to be picking up first blood for Team Illusion right here. Back over to the mid lane. Ozzy is hanging around a little bit behind him. Doesn't have that jungle buff, so a little bit rougher to deal with overall. And Anvil of Dawn's something they could look for, but Scylla has that Sentinel, can get herself straight on out of the fight. The entire lineup of Team Illusion is essentially quite hard to gank, so they need to really combo that out very carefully, as Amir apparently was falling through the world very briefly. Spectator camera issues abound all day today, apparently. As mid-harpies, though, do respawn left-hand side. MyRevenge EU, Zeta not able to, or excuse me, Zeta is right here in the center of the screen. Fire First, not able to rotate over to help out with these. Both mid-harpies will go over to Team Illusion on this first respawn. There's that Cobra's Kiss onto Zeta. A little bit of damage, but not really anything to write home about. Fire First still hanging around. He does have that level advantage now over Zeta, getting this experience share in the left lane, but you don't want to share too much with your AD carry. If the AD carry in the opposing team is left up to his own devices, that solo experience advantage will start to build up over time. We're in kind of a slower game overall right now, guys. Devourer's Gauntlet's not built up. No one really has made it back to base quite yet. Ozzy is going back right now, going to be looking to finish up those Weird Tabis, get even more speed for herself. Only going to have enough gold for the combat boost, though. Picking up beads, which could be wise against his team lineup. Getting caught by a Sikkim, by a Frost Breath, by a Tectonic Rift from Thor could spell her death, and then just being able to pop that and then immediately Deathbane or ambush herself out to safety will be just so such an advantage for her to have. Zeta gonna be caught in the shifting sands right there, but not actually. Hi, Amir. How you doing? The waves, everyone waving back and forth to each other. Emotes abound in this game, apparently, as they stop for a brief little, a brief moment before starting to kill each other again. Peace treaties, not very long lasting. They're ceasefires, that's what I'm looking for. Ceasefires, not lasting too long in this match, evidently. As multiple people, though, have gone back to base, the just straight-out Smithy Hammer Runeforge Rush on Vermana does mean that is completed early. Death's Toll on Osiris does help him out a little bit more with sustain and mana regeneration in lane, but he's still only on that Smithy Hammer itself. Ozzy helping his Vermana pick up that buff on the right-hand side. Thor's kind of waiting nearby. Might not actually be backwards. The camera has, or the spectator positioning of these gods has been kind of off, and we saw Thor Anvil of Dawn backwards a little earlier. And looking for some slows onto Ozzy right there. We'll not actually find them. I'm a little disappointed not seeing the early games coming out of Cirquet. I mean, I feel as soon as she hit level 5, especially after Anvil of Dawn went down the left lane, they should just look to use the ultimate just to find damage, scare somebody, realize, hey, I'm here. Don't get too kind of complacent. You know, to start off, they're not really going to gank us. We can start looking to just gank them very aggressively because they're not going to do anything about it. Across the skies, though, coming down the left side, looking to this kill onto I'm a Little Legend. Not a Little Legend. He's just a legend, not a little legend. He's a big legend. He's a golden tiger legend. There's the Sikkim, there's the Crush. Rescue going to picking up that kill. Looking for a second onto Fire First over here on the left side as well. Shard Device coming out. Kirko going to pick that one up on back that. And immediately they're looking for this mana buff steal. That is going to hurt on her for sure. They're in position to look to contest this, but Rescue looking aggressive, not going to find a Sikkim. Ozzy is Cirquet going to just ambush over that wall to safety in the mid lane. But this is going to be a, I always want to say free Gold Fury, but it's not a free Gold Fury. They got kills for it. Nevertheless, Team Illusion securing the first Gold Fury of the game. 6 minutes, 10 seconds in. Over in the solo lane, Escondido having a little bit of trouble against Osiris now with that, you know, the poke coming out, that Spear Flow, that Sickle Strike, doing a lot of poke damage. Vamana's only real sustain at this point in time is off his ultimate, and you don't want to have to be using that frequently if you don't have to. Otherwise, next time, you know, gank pops around, you may not have it. Rainfire coming across the wall just to help out those right side Harpies. MyRevenge EU picking one of those up for themselves, finally. Finally, it's the second respawn. They're 3 for 4 so far. 1 for 4, not 3 for 4. Math is hard. Numbers are hard. Stuff. Everyone's just waving. Everyone's so happy, except for Kirko. Kirko's just like, screw you, I'm gonna shoot you in the face if you try and be cheerful and happy. Pfeiffer does take a second crush. That's just disrespectful again, guys. What is up with this BM today? It's like, oh, let's just dance and wave at each other. And you're still standing there waving at the other guy, and it's like, yeah, we're done with this now. Sick 'em, sick 'em, sick 'em, kill 'em, kill all the gods. Cirque's taking a little bit of poke. Stone Shield coming out again, though, avoiding most of that damage. Cirquette coming around from the side. They might look for the gang. Sentinel is down. Cirquette can close that gap if she wants to, but just going to be waiting in the wing. She's on a ward. They know she is there. It's hiding over there. She was standing on it, which is unfortunate. Still could have closed that gap all said and done. No one else was really in position to help out if they went for it. Over in the dual lane at this point, things starting to fall a little bit behind for I'm Legend. Kirko, that experience sharing early on, as well as that extra kills and objectives. Here comes Thor. There's the Tectonic Rift. Going to find I'm Legend mid lane. It was a gank onto Zata. Ozzy picked up that kill. I'm Legend will have made it back to the tower safely. Did we see the last breath come out finally? Yes, we did. It is over on cooldown. So we missed possibly the more exciting fight as the left lane was a bit of a wash, but still looking for it. I'm Legend forced to disperse out of this one. They could look to die, but 1 or 2 more attacks. There's a shifting sands to kind of stop the chase from Kirko. Ozzy's on his way over. Between the towers, they might not be in a great spot. Here comes Fire First as well. But they're going to go ahead and make the retreat out from between those towers. Devourer's Gauntlet's actually online right now for both hunters as well, but the stack difference is starting to show already. It's a 35, I suck at math, 20... There's a stack difference, guys! Math is really hard. My brain doesn't want to do it. There's a 30-odd stack difference. We'll go with that. Mid lane, nice stun combo, but the damage isn't quite there for Cirques quite yet. It does have his more Boots of the Magi online. A little bit of damage, a little bit of magical penetration as well. Ozzy securing her first attack speed buff of the game for Cirquette. Fire First, though, it might be in the spot trouble. Stone Shield was just used defensively. There's Cataclysm trying to get away. Can they find damage? Tectonic Rift going to secure that kill for Kirko right there. And they might look for more. 2v4 on the side. Desert Fury comes out. Ultimate's going to avoid the majority of that damage. There's the Frost Wrath. There's the Resu. Sikkim to secure that particular kill. And they are looking for even more right now. Thor might have been thinking about going for Cirquette. Ozzy is still waiting nearby. Last Breath's on cooldown for a couple more seconds. If he finds someone, he could look for the kill. But he's going to have to go defend this tower from Kirko. Or against Kirko. I'm having trouble with words and math and numbers. I'm going to take a glass of water. Just going to calm down, relax. There's the last breath. That all said and done. Looking to kill it. The poison is bleeding. One more tower shot going to help things out. But it looks like Kirko is going to manage to sneak away safely. Damage was not quite there. And here comes Zata. Going to look for this kill under the tower as well. There's the wall delaying that recall. Or not. A little short, apparently. Zata realizing, there's people behind me. I need to get out of here now. Running straight on through that tower. I'm going to solo lane. Looks like they're beating the crap out of each other / minions. And, well, they're tanky solo laners with defensive items. They're not going to be killing each other anytime soon. Maybe I can finally take that sip of water I was looking for a couple minutes ago. There we go. Calm down, relax, get back into this game. Get things going. See what happens. Look at Vision Ward's place, though. I want to take a look at this. Wards are actually down on the map for the most part, and number-wise are pretty even. Disperse Force at a Little Legend. I'm a Legend. Not a Little Legend. Anvil Dawn coming down from Thor, looking to kill Ultimus. Finds the kill into I'm a Legend. And it looks like Fire First going to be picked up for that double kill in the way of Ultimus. Gold Fury is not up quite yet, though. And no minions really in position. Oh, what are they doing? What are they doing? Buff steals. All right, that makes a little more sense. Like, why aren't they taking the tower? Oh, mana buffs. Yes. Ozzy's waiting nearby. They have vision of that as well, but the mana pools on the side of Team Illusion right now are almost non-existent. Ultimus the only one with really mana to use, so they don't want to go too aggressive and look for that kill. Cirquette going to be picking up a wave of minions for herself over in this left lane. Oh look, a sweat noodle smack fight where they're not actually doing anything to each other over in this solo lane. Stack-wise, the difference has increased about 35 still in favor of Kirko, but his Devourer's Gauntlets have reached their maximum number of stacks at 60, which does mean that I'm a Legend's going to be catching up in that regard, but he is still behind that final tier 3 of the War Tabi, so Kirko still ahead at this point in time. Team Illusion doing a good job of establishing map control. The vision is good. The rotations and ganks are good as well, making good use of that Thor. I kind of feel like Ozzy really might not be perfectly comfortable on this Cirquette. Really not. I think we've only seen two last breath. We saw it on Kirko under the tower as well, but really didn't see a click on that. I'm a Legend losing out in that duel with Thor quite handily. The crowd control coming down, just doing work. I believe he used the Anvil Dawn. No, he didn't. It's just on cooldown. So 9 seconds. I'll back up. Here comes the across the sky. They're going to look to dive deep for this kill. I'm a Legend is solo. There's Desert Fury for the crowd control immunity. Going to find some damage, but he is safe. All said and done. Resu in the mid lane finds that kill onto Ozzy. Here comes the Monster problem. Not going to find Agni. And they're going to look to clear some minions. There's the Flame Wave. Not going to connect. Rainfire will, but Resu's still alive. No more damage to be had. Looking to stay alive himself. Cirque now running for his life under his tower. Okay, back in the left lane. Fight still going on. Fire first under the tower. Zata just tanking that up. He's taking a lot of damage from the tower. Nobody nearby to clean up this kill as Kirko looks to secure that. The BM out of Team Illusion just walling off his own AD carry right there. Ultimus finding the kill into Cirque at the end of the day in the mid lane. One more tower shot's going to answer right back, except it's the execute. Cirque didn't actually hit him for any damage, apparently. That was the Anvil Dawn used to secure that kill, all said and done. Left side, Kirko kind of roaming around the jungle, realizing he is alone, and there are 2 members of MyRevenge EU over there. I should not be here anymore. He's going to be looking to secure his escape out of that left-hand side of the jungle. Beads. Oh no, teleport's coming out of support. Soul Lane is essentially an island in this game. It's 2 tanky supports building defensive items. They're not going to be killing each other anytime soon, as I've already mentioned. Ozzy getting a second attack speed buff the game, not getting stolen away this time by his duo lane. It was an interesting play early on. They didn't really make any use of it. There was no kills coming out. Oh, Ozzy might be in spot trouble. Can't deathbane through a wall, unfortunately. Ambush will work to get yourself over the wall, though. Will make it out safely. And, yeah, I kind of feel like it comes towards the jungle a little bit. Yeah, Ozzy's won one on the kills right now. Got the only kill on the board for MyRevenge EU, but Cirque is all about that early game aggression. You can look to set up kills for people, and Ozzy really just hasn't been a factor in this game, really, to speak of. Gold Fury now getting started up by Team Illusion as well. I don't believe MyRevenge EU is actually aware of it. Well, they should be aware of this. There they go. They're finally starting to look like they're responding to it. Rotating over to the side of the jungle. Gold Fury is going to be down to that threshold in just a couple seconds. Wrath of God coming out. Team Illusion will skill the Gold Fury. Can they find kills in the back of it? That's going to be the question. Fire first was the target right there, but Impale coming out of Honor going to force Altus back to the wall right side. They're looking to kill into Cirque as well. 2 members low. Kirko gets that kill over here on the right-hand side of the fight. Resu finds a second onto Ozzy. I'm a monster coming out for the 3rd. That's going to be a double kill there for Resu. They could potentially look for more. Fire First is recalling on the tower. This might not be the best spot in the world. Ultimus is rotating around, about to run himself into a Geb. Here comes themselves a 2-man and a Berserker Barrage for another kill. Vimana, the only one left, did answer a tower in the right-hand lane, but Team Illusion immediately looking for this left-hand middle tower. And if they can manage this aggro properly, they will find it. Minions are ways off still. They're just juggling this aggro back and forth across the entire team. It looks like at the end of the day, aside from Resu decides, I want one more hit from this tower for good measure. It looks like they're all going to be heading back to base. And actually, Osiris rotated over. Vimana is on his way as well. It's going to be a very close call here. Umbrella Ring and end the Armored Umbrella. Going to be finding that kill there for Escondido. Rotating over, finding dividends already. Here comes the Colossal Fury. Big Baby is out, and he is not happy. Finally joining up in the fight. All that wet noodle fighting over the soul lane, not making him happy. Here comes the Cirque looking to kill on Zata. Going to be finding out for somebody here in just a second. Frost Breath does come out. They should be able to secure this kill all said and done. Cirque's going to get a kill over on the right-hand side of the fight onto Scylla as well. Escondido finds the kill onto Zata. They're turning this back around, but they did lose that inner tower. Overall, gotta still give this one to Team Illusion, but they're looking for one more. Lord of the Afterlife going to be forced out of Osiris to escape. Overall, the experience going to shift back in favor of MyRevenge EU, but Team Illusion still came out just slightly ahead as far as gold is concerned. Nevertheless, that's a good showing by MyRevenge EU, showing they're still wanting to fight in this match, and with those kills, they're looking for a Fire Giant right now. 15 minutes, 13 seconds. This is fairly early. No one is nearby to stop this for the time being. Kirko is on his way. He will spot this one out potentially. If he's aware of it, he's going to see that lava right now, though. Here comes the Across the Skies. All members of MyRevenge EU are getting low. This could be a big play for Kirko. He's dropping down the middle of this. I'm a Legend, dropping the Desert Fury. First kill for Kirko. Fire Giant gets fire first. Anvil Dawn from floor come down as well. That's a double going his way. Ozzy gets one onto Kirko on the tail in the fight. Cirque's the only member left standing for MyRevenge EU. Ultimus is looking for a Tectonic Rift over the wall. Nothing to follow up. Get him in range. Ultimate's going to be off cooldown in just a second. There's a stun coming out of Ultimus. Looking for it still. There's a Berserker Barrage. Aegis was used. Can he find the Ganser kill? No! The tower shot not going to do enough damage. That's a deicide. MyRevenge EU trying to make a big play, get themselves back in this game in a huge way. Just did not work out in their favor. They did not have the damage needed quite yet to take that Fire Giant down quick enough. Kirko and Ultimus coming in with huge play, getting that full deicide 2v5 with the help of that Fire Giant, picking one up for himself, and that's going to signify a Fire Giant for Team Illusion now as they're starting this up. A little bit tankier as well. Zata kind of taking this damage up. That lava not going to affect them quite as much as they are burning through this quite a bit faster than MyRevenge EU. Those couple extra items making all the difference. Zata's getting a little low. Here comes Fire First looking at still not going to get there in time. just kind of ran into that wall a little bit, scraped some of that paint off the side of his armor. Rescue finds the kill onto him. Nice steal attempt nevertheless. Ozzy's looking for the kill in the back line. Last breath, not quite available. Not going to be able to secure the kill. Ultimus waiting in the wings as well. I'm a legend in the back. Not going to win this duel with Kazbu. Escondido has shown up as well. Still going to be a 2v4 if they really look to fight this too much. But it looks like overall Ozzy just going to be looking to escape right here. And, well, it's okay. 3-year-olds looks like they're not going to catch her too easily. There, that's that blink. Frost Breath. Beads does come out. Cooldowns are off. Deathbane straight into the wall. They found a Cirques as well. It's going to be 2 kills going away of Team Illusion again. And well, Dawn is up. They're looking to close out this fight and possibly the game. Escondido running for his life, using that clear the path to get himself out safely. Surrender Vote does come out right now as Team Illusion begins their Fire Giant siege right now. Mid lane tower not going to be long for this world. They're going to turn their attention immediately to that middle tower, more like that in a 3v5 situation. They will have the advantage here. Fire Force caught down by Tectonic. The damage coming out is real. Kirk gets that kill. I'm a monster just thrown out there for the hell of it in the back, trying to buy time. Escondido up in that big baby. No weakening curse on the table to stop that healing. He's going to be okay for the time being, but once that Colossal Fury does fall, he'll be in a spot of trouble. Disperse used for the knockup. Not going to find it. Kirko finds the kill right there. Escondido getting the double for Kirko right there. Will fall as well. Mid tower not long for this world either. It's down to half health already. It's going to fall here in the near future as well. And again, middle Phoenix exposed right now. Ozzy standing by, looking to defend this. Cirques is nearby as well. It's a wave of minions approaching. They get even slightly out of position. They will likely pick up. Fire First has respawned. The Cobra's Kiss comes out into Kirko. They might be able to defend this mid lane Phoenix for the time being, but there's more towers on the map. Team Illusion can look just to rotate over, pick up that right lane outer tower, pick up that right lane middle tower. No one ever bothers to defend those things. And in the back of those, look to extend their gold lead even more right now. Almost 1,500 to 2,500 gold in hand for everyone across the team. This next tower, plus the middle tower potentially, going to increase that even more. The item advantage is just really going to start showing. It's a 14,000 gold lead right now, and only going to get larger here as they're now looking for this middle tower. Or inner tower, excuse me, not middle tower. MyRevenge EU, they looked for the big play on the Fire Giant or on the back of a quite nice teamfight turnaround in their favor, but they got just picked off. The Fire Giant was just doing too much damage to them too quickly. Kirko came in, Ultimus came in and just absolutely cleaned up, freeing up Team Illusion to get the Fire Giant for themselves, and they're making pretty good use of it so far. They still have about a minute and a half on that Fire Giant buff as well. This is Team Illusion's game to lose right now. If they start grouping up and looking for fights, there's really not going to be a lot MyRevenge you can do about it. Ozzy right now is in that ambush, waiting for that wall to fall to actually leap away. I don't believe you actually. I believe you can leap over the near wall. Frost Breath will come out. Good Stone Shield commanded. Fire First right here. Zata though is very tanky. Will survive long enough for reinforcements to arrive, but he is getting low. Good wall, going to block everyone off, but the damage not going to be there. Zata's actually going to get away. Meanwhile, Apollo split pushing down the right lane. Will find a kill. Mid lane, Geb or Agni rather, locked down. Will get picked up. I heard a rollout somewhere. Who's in the front of the camera somewhere? And Old Dawn coming down. Escondido, you're not in a happy place. All the ultimates just expended to ensure he died. But there are only 3 members of MyRevenge EU left standing on hers over that left lane, trying to push that lane out. Apollo, Kirko, he's in that mid lane, pushing towards that Phoenix right now. And right lane as well. They have minions on that Phoenix. This is not looking good for MyRevenge EU right now. That right lane Phoenix just fell so quickly. Mid lane about to fall as well. They can start looking for double Lord of the Afterlife coming over that wall. Judgment Tethers is out. Fire First trying to get back to the fountain. Not going to be making it. Kazpu picks that one up. Under the fountain though, Ozzy finds the kill onto all of his Phoenix. Titan is falling right now though. Down to half health already. Zata in the back. Trying not to take too much damage. Rainfire coming down. MyRevenge EU is holding on with that reset. Fire Giant, Titan getting a little bit more health back. As the Fire Giant buff falls, they're looking for this kill onto Zata. One's getting Last Breath thrown out here as well. There's the wall damage. Not going to be the poison. It's taking Rainfire across the wall. Cirque's going to get that kill. They have to be so careful with the defense. MyRevenge EU is holding on for dear life right now, trying to keep their tournament hopes alive, and they want to keep going, and it shows. They haven't thrown in a towel quite yet. They're down 20 kills. They're down 17,000 gold, but they managed to hold on to the Titan right there. But that was after a pick. Was it after a pick? What happened over there? Right side fight, actually. Cirque's finding kill the Kazpu as well. Fire Giant's going to be up here in about 25 seconds. Surrender Vote did just come out. We can't see by whom. But, Zata will be up in time for this Fire Giant, so the steal opportunity is going to be there. He has that blink as well. He can look to blink into the middle of things. With the Frost Breath, he has the crowd control. He can look for the Shards of Ice ahead of time as well. Burst the Fire Giant down potentially from like 35, 40 health down below that threshold. Just Shards of Ice, Wrath of the Gods, and steal it away. that assumes the fact that they can't lock him down or kill him beforehand. MyRevenge EU does not want Team Illusion getting the second Fire Giant. Team Illusion may not need that Fire Giant. Fire First right here getting caught out in the jungle. Kirko doing tons of damage right now. Fire First needs to get out. Reinforcement another way. Ultimus, though, dropping down from Anvil Dawn as well, will secure that kill. No Wrath of the Gods on the table right now on the side of MyRevenge EU. Their hopes at turning this game around may have just fallen on the back of that. Ozzy gets picked up as well. It's going to be a 2v5 for the next 20-odd seconds. Desiree coming out to try to get this quick kill on the Ultimus across the skies, though. Paulo's going to be looking for a kill right here. Who's going to go for it? He's going to come down to Escondido. He will fall as well. They're looking to close this game out right now. Ultimus coming forward with themselves. Looking for the Berserker Barrage, not going to find. There's a Tectonic Rift finally coming out. Kirko looking to find himself another one. There it will be. That's going to be the double. Only I'm a Legend left standing. Fire Minions on the Titan as well. Fire First actually just respawning. Going to offer a little bit of crowd control, but I'm not entirely sure, guys. The damage is there. Titan 15%, 10% charge device is out. Titan will fall. MyRevenge EU doing their best to try and hold on and turtle up the Titan and defend until a point where they can look to turn this game back around, but we're just not able to do it. GG, well played by both teams, though. MyRevenge EU not one to throw in the towel. Unfortunately, trying to ward up there at the end. Fire First got caught out. They needed him up for that potential steal, and just on the back of that, trying to save him. They brought reinforcements. All of us dropped in from the Anvil Dawn, and that was just the beginning of the end there for MyRevenge EU. GG, well played to both teams. And, yeah, you know, they made a pretty good showing overall. MyRevenge EU, a newer team here, going up against one of the regulars in the EGL. And, you know, some little things to work on here and there. I'm not entirely sure, just looking at the play. Maybe Ozzy is not the most familiar player with Serket. A little hesitant going for those ganks and stuff like that. But, it's one of those things, looking at it, it's like, well, if Serket made it through, do we want to fight Serket? Not really. So do we pick her up and put her on a player we're not necessarily as familiar with and just hope it works out? Or do we let it go to the other team and they, you know, they didn't ban Serket, they're not worried about Serket themselves. Do we let them get it where potentially they may want Serket as well? It's one of those tough decisions. It didn't necessarily work out well this time for MyRevenge EU. That said, guys, we're going to go ahead and cut to a little break, get ourselves set up for a quarterfinal game. Stick around, we'll be back here in just a little bit.